Hi, it's Modet 13, and actually, I think I'm going to talk about engine braking. I already made one video about this, which I haven't uploaded, and the video goes like 14 minutes long, and that's too long just to say a few things. So I'm going to try to make this one a bit quicker. So I apologize if I'm speaking too fast or I don't make too many jokes or whatever. Okay, I believe in the hard braking method. And the hard braking method pretty much means when you get a brand new vehicle, be it a motorcycle or a car or a freaking lawnmower, the correct way to brake the brand new engine in, mainly the pistons, is to go as hard as you can, as quick as you can, as soon as you can. In other words, you should go and pick up your brand new motorcycle, leave the motorcycle shop, head straight to a big empty-ish road and just gun the gas right up to red line in first gear, then shift to second gear, go right to red line, then to third gear, right to red line. If you have a sports bike like a 600cc sports bike will do 65 miles an hour in first gear. A 1000cc sports bike will do like 100 and something miles per hour in first gear. So you can't really, but you don't have to go through all the gears. The main point is to get the engine up into the high RPM. So if you've got a sports bike, you can still do it. You just need a bigger, more empty-ish road, and just stick in first gear, and just get it up to the red line. And then after you get it up to the red line, you can't hold it there. So you're supposed to vary the speed. So you want to slow down right away. And the way to slow down is not to brake, but just to close the gas and let the engine pull the bike back. It's called engine braking. And then downshift, and then let the engine pull the bike back, and downshift and let the engine pull the bike back. And then once you get back down to first gear, drive along slowly, then gun the gas again and do it again. Go through all the gears. So that's how I broke my Ninja in. I did quarter-mile sprint for 20 miles. I found a road, and then I ended up doing circles. I found a good long stretch of road with no people on it, no vehicles on it, and I would just do quarter-mile sprints until I got to the end of the road. Then I'd turn around and do quarter-mile sprints back the way I came, and then turn around and just keep doing that. And I kept an eye on the odometer, and once I had been doing it for 20 miles, I headed back after I'd done 20 miles of quarter-mile sprints. I headed back to the shop, changed the oil, and that was it. Engine's broken in. Then I just rode it normally. Actually, I still tried to ride it a bit more aggressive than normal for the next couple of hundred, and then I actually slowed down after that. The reason being, if you need to find Motoman's website, MOTOMAN. He's the main. I don't know if he was the inventor of this method or what, but he explains it better than anyone else. He has a whole website, and there's many pages that explain in detail why this is the way to do it. I don't want to talk about it too long because I'll get stuck. I don't want this video to be too long. The main reasoning behind it, I'll just try to sum it up, is the pistons have a piston ring on them, and the ring separates the oil from on top of the piston to the the ring is what touches the inside of the engine walls. Okay, the piston doesn't touch the engine walls. If it did, it would the friction would cause it to explode or whatever. So I think the only thing that kind of separates the gasoline from the engine or the oil from the inside the piston chamber is this piston ring. And I'm not a mechanic, so I apologize if I'm making any minor mistakes, but what I'm saying is 90% accurate, I'm sure. So the piston ring, it's like a filter, not a filter. What's the word? Okay, it separates the top from the frickin' bottom. Anyways, and when you first when you have a new engine, the piston ring it's pliable. It can change shape. It's like clay or something, okay? And when you use the engine and you apply pressure to it, the shape changes, and you get a tighter seal. That's the word I was looking for before, seal. It works as a seal. And the pressure causes the piston ring to like expand or something, and then the more pressure you apply on it, the tighter seal you'll get. The tighter seal you get, the better compression you'll have, and therefore the more horsepower. And you'll have this is not argued, okay? There's many people that think that the hard braking is a bad way to do it, okay? And but the fact that it gives you, if you use a hard braking, your bike will have more power, that's not really argued. Everybody agrees with that. All racers use that method to brake in their engines. But what the people who don't believe in the hard braking method, what they'd say is, yeah, racers use it, but racers change their engines every few races, and blah blah blah, and that method will give you more horsepower, but it hurts the engine and it gives you decreased reliability. But that's not true, in my opinion, and in Moto Man's opinion, because, and this is what makes sense to me. Okay, first of all, when you create a more complete seal, it gives you better compression and more horsepower, and your bike runs faster. That's not argued. If you break your engine in gently, the way the factory method kind of tells you to do it, don't go over this many RPMs for like this many 100 miles, whatever. If you do that method, then you get a less complete seal. In other words, you get a worse seal.